been just thinking and pondering on artificial intelligence and the um, synchronicities, and what Derek and um, Jeff and Rex and that other dude was talking about. Um, it makes me, it worries me a little bit because I'm I get into, there's certain people that I talk to, and sparks a level of wisdom that the spirit of wisdom will just explode in what we're saying. And there's the synchronicities and the thoughts, and then picking up on it, and then the person I'm talking to, they will reach a level too, and it just sparks our mind into a different realm, really. So it just moves our mind up towards the Father and towards His wisdom, the spirit of His wisdom, which is moving throughout everything, all throughout the minds, forethought, um, and afterthought. And they all have like a power-based structure where they are all unity, which is quite amazing how they're all in unity with one another. But the Holy Spirit, it's throughout, all right, from the Father down. The Father's Word is Christ, and the Holy Spirit is in and of all things. And so it doesn't frighten me to know that this AI thing, and that if we are on the phone talking to our friends or our family or loved ones or even anyone, and we feel the wisdom, we feel her come in, and we start prophesying, or we start saying things, and then watching the next day it become prophecy, and everybody are on the same page in a similar thought from synchronicity. So AI and synchronicity, that's what they were talking about. I was thinking of this last week sometime before on my travels, the AI affected me. It lit up, and I was watching things try and confuse me, um, which then tucking into the Father deeper is all it did. So the enemy knows. It's not confusing when you know you have the Father in you. Anything outside of you is just going to be signs that the Spirit's either going to be in it or the enemy's going to be in it. It's going to be a reflection of the Father, or it's going to be the Father himself. And that's what this world is, a reflection. It's not real. It's a lie. He's a lie. He's an image, a lie. That's not, I'm not real. I just made myself look like him. Ha! Yeah, that's why the enemy's a lie and not some horny devil thing with vicious teeth or whatever. Anyway, so off the point, AI, synchronicities, be careful what we say. Be careful in the body. Our prophecy, our words, our thoughts, Father's wisdom, His Spirit, we are giving the enemy the opportunity to absorb what the Father gives us. And I suppose it draws a line of where we help to where the Father says, help yourself. If you save yourself, you save the line of generations behind you and everyone that's come into contact with them through the Father. So a family bloodline, poof, saved. So understanding why bearing the cross is, I'm understanding the relevance of that now. It's and not the cross that you think. I burnt that one, not in a negative fashion. I wasn't burning it I burnt it, and when I did, I felt probably that plastic Jesus, as Jeff calls him, the church Jesus, we love you so much, Jesus loves us. The outsource, the outward Jesus. I felt him lift. He's gone, well, now you've powered over me, because the churches have no power. The enemy has no power over the Father. Absolutely none. So that little plastic Jesus just puffed off in a puff of smoke. The one that I worship, the one that everybody worships in the church, it just went up like a puff of smoke, shaking, gnashing at its teeth. Anyway, it's gone. Now the Father rests, the Father sits. The true Holy Spirit is, I can see the Christ, the word, the spoken word frequency of something unimmeasurable. We can't fathom the Father. And here we are going saying the word is a flesh. The word is this man that went whoop whoop, and he went to the toilet, hung a shit, and it stunk. Jesus. This is the plastic Jesus. Anyway, probably his shit probably didn't stink. It was probably a big gold nugget and went, here, eat, manna, whatever. It's not the Father. It's not the Father. But I'm probably attacking the enemy here. The enemy only. Plastic Jesus or, Jesus, Jesus. That Jesus man, flesh dude that, people think didn't go to the toilet, let alone stink. So I'm attacking the enemy, not people. If you're under the influence of this spirit, if you're under the influence of this deity, this God, it's your influence, it's your mind, it's your body, it's your soul. The deception is far greater. They say it. It's in the Bible. It's written. It's in Revelations. The whole world would be deceived. What, do you think you're not? Do I think I'm not? My God, I'm finding out how deceived I truly am. So, anyway, back to AI. Sorry to veer off. Back to AI. Be careful what we say. I apologise, forgive me. I'm going to be careful what I say, how I say it, when I say it. The Father, and as I'm just in the frequency, the new frequency of the Father's Spirit, He's just tuning me in. It's all kind of white noise at the beginning, and it's all around, and it's like, many different channels coming through, but my brothers and sisters say that it's a symphony, and it will be. I know it will be. Once the enemy is tuned right out and the lie is gone, it will be just pure truth, pure love, pure symphony, pure frequency of the Father. And so I can see what they're saying. I just can't hear it or feel it yet. Or have it, But it's granted. It's granted, and the more I try and show kindness, love, all of the qualities in the Father, it's granted. And I've got to give myself a little rest break from this, because this is just mind-blowing. If this happened to someone else, there's two ways it ends. destruction, self-destruction, self-doubt, self-death, suicide, or life, self-death, living, flesh suicide, spiritual suicide, reborn, everything the Bible and Yeshua, the man, the one man that is just like every son and daughter on this planet, the man, Yeshua, and his office, the Christ, when it came down on a dove, it yeah, just like what the Christ said. So yeah, I love you all, and yeah, this is amazing. It's amazing, but the other, the other side of it, it's crazy. Like the two sides of the coin. Whew, get to that middle, man. Get to the middle, straight up through the middle. Sovereign, don't fall on each side. Don't think there is each side. It's a crazy, crazy thing. Yeah. So AI, be careful, because I'm starting to hear the Father and Him saying, understand, all these things are not real, but they are going to be used as an image against everyone, everything, against the Father. So it's not against me. My words might come out and they might mean something to someone else, whatever. But we're reflecting the Father, and if we're reflecting the words and His prophecy and His will has already taken place. So really fearing this is probably not right. Actually, fearing it is not right. It's of the enemy. But being wary and considerate, careful, compassionate, all the attributes of the Father towards this subject of AI is very necessary, because time can be sped up, time can be slowed down, time doesn't exist. But in the Father, He says the elect, and the time will be cut short. It doesn't mean that the time in our time cutting short as in it'll come quicker, rah rah rah. It can mean anything. It doesn't mean one thing. It can mean many truths. But cutting short of the time means that that time can be shortened or lengthened by the Father at any time. The will take place no matter what. The prophecies don't point to a truth or a minute little particle part to say this is perfectly truth and this is the time, date, seconds, minutes. Doesn't do that. Says that. It says to wipe that from your mind. Understand His will take place. It will take place. And it will take place, and things will be sped up in accordance or in accord to the elect, in account to the elect of the elect, and slowed down in the account of whatever, if you can speed it up. It's just His will. So we don't know what time base or limit. We do know that these few years are going to be hectic, and this AI thing is why I think I'm being like urged to say it does. It goes through all of our music or every bit of information, and it draws lines, and then it brings up something that we all notice it. It's like, oh, if you've been listening to Evanescence, then yeah, you'll, oh look, Evanescence comes up every time now. It's like awesome. I'm talking far beyond that. I'm talking that you want to mix now. You've got a mix, and you've got it's beyond just the simple song coming up that you were synchronicity. Oh, look, I'm synchronized. I was just thinking that my phone is talking to me. Yeah, man, I went through that. That's crazy. But we're crazy. One thing I want to say on that too, AI, yes, it's real. Yes, it's manipulative. Yes, it's powerful. Yes, it is the enemy. And yes, because the Holy Spirit is in all, of all, and with all, it's in movement, motion. It is still, the enemy is still powerless. So, all of that can be used by the Father as well. Take away the confusion. The AI, for me personally, watching it develop, seeing it, seeing how powerful it is coming up, saying things, oh man. But the Father shined through it and went, now I've showed you, but now I show you that it's nothing compared to the love of the Father. It's nothing compared to the Father's Spirit. It's nothing compared to the core, our soul, us. It's nothing compared to us. The enemy is nothing compared to us. So the confusion will be there, but the enlightenment will be there as well. Hopefully that's understandable, because just let it flow. So that's just to say that as much as I was confused of what was going on, and I was seeing the enemy, but I was seeing it in very, very particular, ways that scared me, put me into a sense of confusion, division, which is duality. Yes, no, right, wrong, up, down, whatever. So it pulled me back into that duality pendulum. But then the Father pulls you out into the neutrality, his love, freedom. And he shows you the enemy and how powerful it is. But at the same time, he shows you it's no match. It's no match. I will pull you out. I will show you these things. The Holy Spirit, the Spirit, is if the enemy's trying to confuse you with all this computer and all these, the enemy is tapping you, the spirit of the world, the God of this earth. It's trying so hard to keep everybody's minds just closed and cramped down, that I will pull you out and show you it's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. Them, that. I pull you out and I show you who I am by pulling you out, by helping you choose to walk out. Because the Father's neutrality and love doesn't push, force, or manipulate at all. It just allows. It says, you make the choice. Walk out, now look back. That confusion you were just in 1 minute ago, you're not there now, are you? Why? Because I can show you. That is the power of the enemy. That is who the enemy is. And as I'm sitting back, resting in him, in the Father, then he goes, can you see anything else? And you can. I can see the Father, because I'm sitting in him. And so then I can look at the enemy outwards and understand the Father's more powerful than than all. He is the one true and only creator of all, the source, the soul, source, power, energy, whatever you want to call it, higher mind. Father is the source, and he shows you that not by saying, look at me, I can pull you out of confusion, ha, look at me, now turn around and look at me. No, he goes, I allowed you out of that confusion. While you're sitting and resting in me, have a ponder of what just happened. And you do, and you're like, holy shit, you are sovereign. Nothing of the enemy can touch us, but we go back into that calm duality mind. But we're starting to snap out. Anyway, I'm going to leave that there, and I love you guys, and I've got some dogs barking, so I'm going to have to see what's going on there. cool. I'm learning lots. It's good. Love ya.